How's it, everyone? Wayne Known here, and welcome back to another episode of Geekin-Out, where we basically discuss everything nerd and geek related. Tonight, I'm going to be doing a new segment, which will probably be released once a month. If you're all familiar, a while back on Cosplay Con Talk, we did a segment called Am I the A-Hole Cosplay Edition, which was hosted by Cat Valentine Cosplay. Shout out to Cat for coming up with that. I figured since a few years back this channel was built on gaming, why not do a gaming version of it? And I think I came up with the best name. I mean, kind of original in a sense, titled Am I the A-Hole Gamer Edition. So I went on to Reddit because I looked it up before on Reddit. I'm like, I want to do this. Well, let's do this. And so, I would say about 2 weeks ago, I found four. Well, I'm pinning if we have enough time. I'll probably just do the three, and I'll have to pick the last. I'll probably randomly pick the last one. But yeah, so I got some stories from Am I the A-Hole, r/ Am I the A-Hole, and I figured, why not? So with that being said, let us begin. Am I the a-hole for beating my girlfriend's brother at a game when I would normally let him win to prove a point? This was 3 months ago, posted by u/distribution cheap 969. From what Reddit says, they are not the a-hole, but as we did with them, we will read and then we will judge and then we will I'll give my choice. So yeah. When I would visit my girlfriend's house, I would sometimes play games with her little brother who was 12. When I would play competitive games against him, I would normally let him win, Call of Duty, etc. I mean, it doesn't hurt to let them win, but I'm not judging right now. Let's continue on. I was visiting again a few days ago, and her little brother had two of his friends over, and I overheard him talking about me. It can't be good, especially if it's a kid. Well, any age, you really, I get curious and like, oh, what are they talking about? Oh, I better here. He was telling him how I was bad at games, and it must make me. I really don't know. I'm not gonna say that word. It feels weird. But let's just say they were calling him words that were a word that's yeah. And it makes me make me mentally disabled. I'm sorry for anyone out there. To be so bad, he used more offensive language. Oh. He said my girlfriend must be dumb to be dating me, too. I could hear his friends laughing about it, and it was quite hurtful as I had tried to be friendly with him. See, the thing is, I get you were trying to be friendly, but I think at the same time, since he thought you were letting him win, since you were letting him win, he thought, oh man, this guy's really bad. He's not good at games. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Kind of made him too big for his britches. Like, I get it, you wanted to let him win, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially since they're a kid. But if he's saying these things about you, I think his ego is getting the better of him, and he's not realizing that, and the fact he's not realizing that you're letting him beat him, and the fact that it's going over his head, kind of says it all. A bit late, a bit later, I said to him, "Want to play some games, buddy?" And he acted polite, but I could see his friends laughing to themselves. I played Call of Duty against him and did not go easy. I mean, if he's saying these things, he kind of had to humble him, and honestly, the online community is way worse. I don't really play online games as much. I'm mainly playing with friends, But if he was to play Call of Duty online, he would have got humbled way worse, and it would put him in an online game of Call of Duty, and then we'll see if he'll keep on saying these things. Um, his friends were now laughing at him, and he was on the verge of tears before he stormed off to his room. I mean, he got humbled, and he got humbled in the nicest ways. Again, if he were to play with the online community, they would tear that kid a new one. I'm just saying. I mean, he kind of deserved to be laughed at, I mean, if he was saying all these things and acting all boasting and all this stuff, and I also would have told his parents, like, hey, do you know your kid's saying all these words? Like, a 12-year-old shouldn't be saying that. My girlfriend wasn't happy. Later in the car, she accused me of deliberately making her brother cry. I told her I wasn't trying to do that. I just didn't like how he was talking about me or her. Okay, so yeah, you did say, um, yeah. Am I the a-hole? She said he is just a kid and I should have just left it. So, does this kid not get punished? Like, I can't imagine what else this kid says about other people. I get it, you were going easy on him, but at the same time, it kind of made him think that. Alright, well, I'm not getting that fly anytime soon. No, you're not the a-hole. I would have, like, the fact that, the girlfriend makes it seem like it wasn't a big deal, which it kind of is. If he's saying this kind of stuff, the kid got humbled. And if he would have said, if he says stuff like this online, he will get humbled even worse, to where he will be in tears. But it's like you kind of showed him, you kind of or let him know, hey, just so you know, the online community is not like how I am. Be consider yourself lucky, kid, and that your sister's boyfriend went easy on you and was humbling you. I mean, he didn't go easy, but like, I digress. He humbled you in the nicest ways. Like, it's like, hey, if he's gonna talk like this, you might as well if he's gonna talk like an adult, treat him like an adult. OP has offered the following explanation of why they think they might be the a-hole. I beat him to show him up after he was bad talking me and my girlfriend. No. Again, you're not the a-hole. Someone posted, I'm going to pick a random comment. Not the a-hole. Your girlfriend's brother's trash talking you behind your back wasn't cool. Calling you mentally disabled wasn't cool. I know he's just a kid, but he's a jerk. He needed to be humbled. Good job, OP. Keep smashing that little shit. So yeah. Once again, you are not the a-hole. Now, this is one. This is from 3 years ago. From you/a good shepherd. This pertains to probably my favorite game of all time, Mass Effect. And this one's a bit long, but I figured why not. Am I the a-hole for prioritizing? God, that word's hard sometimes. Am I the a-hole for prioritizing the birth of my nephew over a video game? My wife, Tali, 34 female, and I, 26 male. 36 male and 34, or 26 and 24? I don't know if... Not judging. I'm just confused by the age gap there. Again, not judging. I just hope there is a typo. Anyway, continuing. Are huge fans of the Mass Effect video game series. Honestly, a good game, up there with Dragon Age. It's an important part of our lives as we met playing the online version. So you guys either met when playing online for 3 or online for Andromeda, which I never played. I prefer 3s because it actually kind of helped with progress with the story in a sense. I've played the series 6 times and was pretty good when it came out. My wife is a bigger fan. She has played it a dozen times, dozens of times or more. Okay. And still plays the online version almost every day. She loves it, and while not as big as a fan as not and while not as big of a fan, I love it too. We have Mass Effect art in our house. We played Mass Effect music at our wedding. Oh, so I'm guessing one of the what's like the main. I can't like maybe play a clip, but I think I know which one you guys probably had at your wedding because it's the only music I can think that would be good for a wedding. We name all our pets after something from the game. I love that. EA released a legendary remaster. Oh, the legendary edition. So good. All three games, all the DLCs. Takes a bit to download, especially, I think 3 or 1 takes the longest. I can't remember. I haven't played the legendary edition in a minute, but it's such a fun game with all the DLCs and the fact that Mass Effect 1 graphics are basically three's graphics. Such a good game. BioWare did good. Waiting on the Dragon Age one, BioWare. We ever gonna see that one? Huh? We're gonna see that one? I don't think we're gonna see that one. Um. Yeah. Remastered edition of the game last Friday. To say my wife was excited about it, this is an understatement. We bought a new gaming laptop to play it. Was She made it very clear to me that she would be playing it first. Naturally, it was sort of implied that we would not be. Oh, I'm guessing that she implied this. Implied, or again, if this was, you were the big fan and she was, again, to each their own. Just take this with a grain of salt, everyone. Um, it was sort of implied that we would not be making any other plans last weekend. I was fine with all this. My sister Miranda just gave birth to our first nephew, Garrus. I don't. I mean, I get you have to. I applaud you for giving all these people's names Mass Effect names. I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. Garrus. Oh, that was period. I didn't see that part. Garrus is my first nibbling and my parents' first grandchild. He was born a few weeks early. Everything was fine, and Miranda and Garrus are doing great. Although vaccinated, we decided not to visit. This must have been during like COVID. Yeah, this will be 4 years old soon. So this is during the pandemic where like you still had to get vaccinated, and especially with a newborn, you don't want to risk it. So good on you for waiting to see your nephew. We decided not to visit him in the hospital. Well, they got out, and Miranda invited us and my parents over to meet Garrus on Friday evening. Oh. When I told Holly, she got white and said, "Have fun, I'll be playing the Legendary Edition." I mean, I know you guys made plans, but honestly, knowing that the game's not going anywhere, I would want to go see my nephew. I would want to go see my nephew, like, I would want to go see my nephew in the hospital. No, not the hospital, but the home. Like, family, video game, family, video game, family, video game. I'm going to go with family. I'm going to choose a Paragon option. What feels like would be a Paragon option, in my opinion. Um, I told her that it would only take about an hour or two. She was already upset that she couldn't take the day off work and wanted to play immediately after. While my parents and Miranda and Tally don't get always get along, I told her that they would expect her to be there. She said fine, and we headed to Miranda's after work. I mean, you can easily play it after. Just saying, game's not going anywhere. And I don't know if you download it or not, but downloading kind of takes a while anyway. Depending on your computer speed, you can probably get it you know, just like that. If, I don't know. Meeting Garrus was amazing, but Tali sulked the whole time. She didn't talk to Miranda or my parents, and she spent the whole time on her phone. Would have left her ass home, honestly. Your Tali sounds more like an Ashley. So, you should have left her on Vermeer. There should be a lot of Mass Effect references I'm going to be making, just saying. Um, she barely looked at Garrus. It was awkward, but I got how upset she was, so I wasn't going to say anything about it. When we got home, she rushed to the laptop to start playing. Well, unfortunately, there were some issues with the controller, and she couldn't get the game started. I hope she doesn't blame you. She cried and screamed and spent several hours trying to fix it. She was able to use a keyboard and mouse, but said this wasn't the same. I mean, fair, especially when a game originally comes out on, console and trying to. I mean, personally, I prefer playing. If I'm playing on the PC, I prefer controller. I'm not good with mouse and keyboard. It is it. I mean, unless and it's like WoW, unless it's like a unless it's a PC game already, then yeah, easy. But if it's like if I played it on console, trying to play it on PC, I'm gonna get confused. Not frustrated, but a little bit confused. Maybe slightly frustrated. Um, yeah, cried and screamed about it. She was able to use it was the same. She said if she had more time and calm, she could have fixed it. And she blamed me for ruining one of the most important nights of my life. One of the most important nights. The game's not going anywhere. The game's not going anywhere. You can easily play it. Like, if you think that. I get it, you're excited about a new game. I'm always excited about new games. And I will try to play it if I can. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Damn it! Alright, well, you're all gonna see me trying to kill a fly. Um. I thought that would be it. But when I woke up, she was not in the house, nor was the gaming lap. Oh, she took the lap. Oh, I read that wrong. Nor I thought it was like nor she had the lap, but she took the gaming laptop. Wow. Wow. She left a note saying that she was going to stay with her parents for a while and that she needed to think about whether she could be with someone who doesn't support what's important to her. But does she support what's important to you? She didn't. You seemed very supportive. You said you would get it back and play, and she seemed. I think like she was able to play the game, but she didn't seem very supportive of wanting to meet her nephew and spend time with you and your family as well. Like I don't know what her priorities are, but clearly she cares more about a game than games never go anywhere. The time with your family, you spending time with your family, friends, that could easily go away. And now then you're like, oh, I wish I would have been like, well, maybe you shouldn't have cared about a video game. um, yeah, and that she needed to think support. I haven't talked to her since. I can't believe this. I knew the game was important to her, but didn't think a slight delay was such a huge deal. Now I might have lost the love of my life. Um, so Reddit, am I the renegade? Sorry, bad Mass Effect joke. Am I the a-hole? No, you chose a Paragon option. Like it went, Paragon points went up. This doesn't sound like a renegade option. You're Tali, though I'm going to dub Ashley, chose the renegade option by acting like a child. Personally, again, would have left her at home if she was going to be. I get it. You want your whole family. You want your whole family to spend time together, and and I'm sure that your parents were looking forward to meeting Tali as well. Spend time with with the in-laws, the nephew, the sister-in-law. And then the fact that she made the note, took the gaming laptop, basically said, "Oh, you ruined everything." Like you didn't ruin anything, honestly. You chose a wise choice, and if she's gonna act like this, getting confused if the age limit was a typo. Again, not judging. Um, but yeah, no, you're not the a hole in this. She's sounds like a brat. Um, Someone commented, and Kazopi responded to this. Not the you have to support her what's important to her, but she can't support what's important to you. That isn't fair. No, and OP was saying that's an interesting way to put it. I hadn't thought of that way. Thank you. No, honestly, and I couldn't find an update, and this was 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. So I'm hoping you guys found you found a way to fix things. Hopefully she realizes that she was being immature. I get, yeah, I think it was just more of the excitement of the game, because almost anyone who gets a new game is excited. I've been excited myself when I got new games, but I know that if there's something else, like, yeah, you make a plan, but plans don't always, you know things like this don't always go to plan. So hopefully, you guys worked it out. I hope she realizes, yeah, okay, I was being a bit immature. I'm sorry, but I also think you guys need to work on a lot of stuff too. Honestly, if this was the other way around, where you were that and she was, wanted to see your family, I think she would too find it immature. But at the same time, you know, I hope you guys worked it out in the end. So yeah, um, you are not the a hole. They made an edit. I'm just so overwhelmed with all these comments on this and reaction. Thank you all, especially those who were somewhat critical of me and gave me something to think about. I've been texting Tali, and while we have a lot of work to do, I think we are going. I think we're going to meet in the next few days to discuss this. I really appreciate all the congrats for Garrus. Yeah, I mean, the way they spell Garrus is with two R's, but you know, him and Miranda are doing great. Thank you again. So this is to be the last one for the night. This is by u/emergency low 8863. Am I the a-hole for threatening to break up with my girlfriend for spending $1,600 on a video game? That's a lot of money! I, 24 male, am considering breaking up with my 21 female girlfriend over her spending a ridiculous amount on a video game. We met in university, and she was a freshman and I was a senior. We've been together since, and we recently moved into an apartment. We live in a pretty big town, and I'm currently starting a new job in a corporate environment. Congrats on that. Apartment living's not cheap from someone who lives in an apartment. Um, Especially in a big town, I imagine rent's a lot more expensive. I'm making more than minimum wage, and we aren't living paycheck to paycheck. Hey, again, that's good, especially at your age, getting a good job, not having to live paycheck to paycheck, because it's not easy out there. I will say that it's from experience. It is not easy. However, some months I don't have anything to put in saving if there was an extra expense, example, birthdays, cars, issues, etc. She, on the other hand, works a part-time job, so I am the head of the income. Oh, so you're pretty much spending almost everything. I can see why sometimes you don't have money to put in savings. I don't mind this, as she's still in university. However, it is a problem when she spends $1,600, and I'm going to use my one F bomb, on a fucking video game. $1,600. That still feels like a lot for a video game. What the hell? In the past, whenever she spent money on the game, it would not be more than 300. That's still a lot, though. Like, I've spent money on games, like in-app purchases and skins and things, but like, not $300. Or like, I mean, maybe adding it all together, maybe, but not like from what she's spending. Especially if you guys just recently got an apartment, from what I'm seeing. Yeah, recently moved into an apartment. Okay. Um, and that money would come from her tips. Okay, so probably waitressing job, housekeeping job, something that would give tips. Still though, but I feel like a lot of the time I end up paying for dinner, groceries, or paying more than half the rent. And so you're living in an apartment. Um, I want to say the rent probably is like 15, 14 to almost 2 grand, depending on where you live. I'm not sure where you live. Um, I just want her to be more considerate with her spending, as I would like to build a future together. Thoughts. Edit. The game is Genshin Impact. Sorry for not adding this initially. Um, you are not the a hole. You were concerned. Not only is it affecting your relationship, it's probably affecting your mental health too. Again, where is it her doing that? You know, we're paying everything and you spending on all on one game. I'm sure she would feel the same way because like you're both are still young. I will say that you both are still young. So I get it. She may not have a concept of money, but at the same time, you guys live in an apartment together. You can't be paying everything. And if my partner was doing this, or if I was doing this, I wouldn't want my partner to say, "Hey, you're," you know. And I've learned over the years about how you need to be careful with spending money because bills come first. Bills, rent, food, all those essentials come first. And if you still have some money left over, then you can buy a video game or do whatever you want. But if she's like, from how you say that, you're usually, um, and you said that, you don't mind being, but at the same time, I get it. You want her to start spending too, like helping with, because, you will be living paycheck to paycheck if this continues. So, um, I would definitely talk to her. I don't know. I don't see an edit. This was almost 20 days ago. So um, I would definitely say something. This comment from Spike Scarf says, "Not the hill. You should have included in the post that the fact she's spending money in a gotcha game. This is important because it means that on top of being bad with money, it means that she has a gambling problem. Yeah, that technically that is spending like almost 2 grand. Like I get 300 of that was tips, but that 1,600 alone." That could have easily gone to food, rent, bills, etc. Not putting money into an in-game purchase like a slot machine. That's insane. That oh, that's insane, my dude. This other comment. It's not even spending thousands on a video game. It's spending thousands on clothes for a cartoon character on your TV screen. That's insane. That's like paying thousands of dollars to put different outfits on Shrek when you're watching a movie, or watching Lord of the Rings and paying $100 so the dwarf has a pickaxe instead of a battle axe. I don't know what game she's playing, but with my kids' games, that stuff that you can pay for is just, yeah, no. She's pretty much spending money on virtual stuff that really has no value to it in reality. Yeah, like I said, you are not the a-hole. You really need to talk to your partner and let her know that this is serious. Like if she does not stop, she could potentially not only be kicked out of an apartment, but she can also lose a relationship that you're really wanting to build with her. So yeah, no, I definitely would. I definitely would talk to her. That's still a lot of money, though. Yeah, no. Um. So, with that being said, I hope you'll enjoy this first episode of Am I the A Hole Gamer Edition. We'll be doing again next month. I'll be having some more people on. I just wanted to give this. I wanted to give this like a little test run. like a little demo tech, like a little demo type thing. I had to use it. I had to use their gaming reference. But yeah, if you like this, well, please, like, leave a comment if you'd like to see more, or if you would like to, or if there's one you would like me to read on the Am I the A-Hole Gamer on Reddit, feel free to send me a message on my Instagram. You can find that in my bio description. You'll know where it's at. But yeah. As always, I am Wayne the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.